Lost Tapes was a found footage show that ran from 2008 to 2010 and featured fictionalized stories of encounters with cryptids and monsters from folklore. The show covers many famous cryptids, like Bigfoot, Chupacabra, Mothman, the Thunderbird, the Mongolian Deathworm, and the Jersey Devil. However, there is one exception, the Oklahoma Octopus, which is described as a freshwater octopus said to cause drownings in the lakes of Oklahoma. Well, nowadays, the Oklahoma Octopus is one of the more well-known cryptids. Back in 2009 when the Lost Tapes episode aired, it was practically unknown. In fact, it seems that there weren't any reports of the creature prior to discussion of the Lost Tapes episode, leading to the question, did Lost Tapes invent the Oklahoma Octopus? For a little more background on the Oklahoma Octopus, the cryptid is allegedly a large octopus that resides in the man-made lakes of Oklahoma, specifically Lake Thunderbird, Lake Ulaga, and Lake Tenkiller. If real, this would be the first known species of freshwater octopus, as all known species reside in saltwater. There are reports connecting Native American legends about man-eating creatures in Oklahoma's lakes to the Oklahoma octopus. However, this wouldn't make sense as the lakes the octopus is known to reside in were built between 1947 and 1962. Here's where things get really interesting. There is a shocking lack of evidence for the creature. There are no known photos, audio recordings, videos, or alleged physical evidence for the octopus. In fact, besides a few YouTube comments, I couldn't find any eyewitness reports of the octopus, and none before the Lost Tapes episode aired. The closest thing I could find was the tragic death of Noah Kellogg in 2007. Noah Kellogg was with his family swimming in about 10 feet or 3 meters of water. After his father noticed that Noah was drifting into deeper waters, he called out to Noah, asking him to swim closer. Noah said that he couldn't, as something was pulling him under. According to the report, Noah fought to stay afloat before disappearing underneath the water. He never resurfaced. Local trooper Betsy Randolph stated that they were unaware of any undercurrent or undertow in that part of the river. Although it sounds somewhat similar to the Oklahoma Octopus, the drowning occurred in the Cimarron River and not a lake, and no suction marks were found on the boy's body. Now, if the Lost Tapes crew were the ones who created the story of the Oklahoma Octopus, there wouldn't be any reports of the creature before the episode aired that weren't related to the show. However, I was able to find a few instances of the octopus being mentioned before the Lost Tapes episode aired. One was in Scott Francis's 2007 book, Monster Spotter's Guide to North America, which was released about a year and a half before the Lost Tapes episode. It contains a basic description of the octopus, but that's about it. In fact, an article responding to the book from the Oklahoma Gazette that same year interviewed people and found that nobody in the area had ever heard of the creature. Another book from the same year, A Wizards Bestiary by Oberon Zell Ravenheart and Ashta Kirk, also mentions the creature and notes their violent territorial behavior. Both of these books don't seem to have any connection with the Lost Tapes episode. In addition to books mentioning the octopus, I found a couple of articles online that mention it as well. One 2007 article from the website Unknown Explorers mentions the octopus, using mostly the same description as a Wizards Bestiary used. The oldest mention I could find of the Oklahoma Octopus comes from a Japanese blog article written on June 24, 2006, a full 2.5 years before the Lost Tapes episode. It describes the octopus like the other sources do, but speculates that the creature is likely not an octopus due to it being in fresh water. With all that information, I think we can say that, real or not, the Lost Tapes did not invent the legend of the Oklahoma Octopus. There are multiple books mentioning the creature and articles from 2 different continents that talk about it, years before Lost Tapes aired the episode. Unless these were somehow all orchestrated by Lost Tapes to drum up attention for the series, the origins of the Oklahoma Octopus lie elsewhere. I'd like to give a big shout out to J.A. Hernandez and Enigma of Ears for helping with the research behind this video. I highly recommend you check out the newsletter Hernandez has. I'll link it in the description. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider sharing it with someone you think may also enjoy it. If you'd like to support me, check me out on Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon, which I'll have linked below. Liking this video and subscribing would also be a huge help. I recently made a Discord, and I'll have a temporary link to that in the description as well. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below, or contact me on another website. If you'd like to see more of my cryptid videos, I'll have a link to them below. That's all for this video. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.